Good morning. My name is Charles, and this video is being created to explain to humanity why The Wild Way by Brian Aherne is the last book on Earth of which is necessary. I tell people about this book daily, and when I state this fact, inevitably every single human looks dumbfounded. And the reason for this, of course, is the lack of understanding, the lack of comprehension of the brevity of the power behind The Wild Way by Brian Aherne. And so we will take a moment to explain this in order for all of humanity to understand, of which hopefully will facilitate the reading of this book at the earliest convenience. How can one book transcend every other book on the face of the earth? When you read a book, and this book is the only book on planet Earth of which has the ability to teach you how to instantaneously load all information in existence on planet Earth into your mind in 2 weeks, you've literally just transcended all other books on planet Earth. Now, the problem, the concern here, if you will, is exactly what's happening in your brain right now. And that is the ability to believe this is possible. That literally in 2 weeks of practice to load the equivalent of a 4-year degree from MIT into your mind in literally 2 weeks. Now, we're not selling books, you see. We're not attempting to monetize something, as you may believe. And once it reaches this pinnacle, there is a book that is a higher form of power than all other books on planet Earth. And this is not an opinion. This is not a sales pitch. This is an educational format for humanity. And now we will go into this deeper. What happens when you master and even begin to practice the technique illustrated at thewildway.com under video tutorials for free is the fastest, most efficient format for unlocking your chakras on planet Earth. Now, we have to go ahead and be honest. The divine, holy divine, of which hath manifest this book into existence, hath left out key terms and catchphrases such as chakras in order to prevent humans from being dismayed, which can confuse human beings. Essentially, we have shown you a way to unlock your chakras faster than any other book on Earth. Without telling you, we are showing you how to unlock your chakras faster than any other book on planet Earth. And why would we do that? As a global God consciousness hath manifest this book into reality. Obviously, as aforementioned, this process of mentioning chakras allows catchphrases and key terms of which are connotated to these words to pop up into your head, such as the following. This person is trying to convert me to Hinduism. Is this person trying to convert me to Buddhism? I am LDS. I am Mormon, I am Baptist, I am Christian, I am Buddhist, or whichever you find yourself under whichever dogmatic umbrella under which you currently find yourself. And this is not the case. No one is attempting to convert you, so no red flags need go off in your head, which is why these catch terms and key phrases were omitted. Now you have to understand, no other book will ever supersede thewildway.com on planet Earth. It is not possible. So you're getting sad because you're trying to sell things on YouTube, and they're not going to ever sell as fast as thewildway.com, because thewildway.com is not here to be sold. That's not what we're doing, but it is what we're doing. Do you understand that at all? I hope so. We'll explain that a bit more. When we see individuals attempting to monetize things on this planet, 99% of the time we find it extremely disturbing, because you're attempting to monetize things of which are not supposed to be monetized, and it is very unholy, and you are creating what could be and can be and will be called for you, your family, your children, and others who associate with you as Pash Kamra. Pash Kamra is what you could call karma that will be a lesson for you until this lesson for you is learned. Now, there is no such thing upon this earth as good or evil. They do not exist, no matter how many Hitlers you have seen on the podium pissed. You're wrong. It's not true. There's no such thing as good or evil. There is no such thing as right or wrong, no matter how many times you want to tell yourself there is. There is no such thing as bad karma or good karma is the point of this conversation. The point is the karma for you will be unpleasant, and the karma will be a lesson for you in life, which will be a lesson, and it will either teach you to stop doing what you are doing, or you will continue to be taught a lesson until that lesson is complete. Do you see now how there is no such thing as bad karma or good karma? Pash Kamra most likely could kill you and will kill you if you allow Pash Kamra to continue. This Pash Kamra lesson will destroy your life in every way, shape, and form. And this will be a lesson for you until you stop this lesson and heed thewildway.com. The blanket statement, the one path on planet Earth. Now, a bunch of pseudo-scientific, semi-spiritual hippies down in Sedona will tell you that there are many paths and every path is different, and this is not true at all. There is one book for every human being on the planet, and it is The Wild Way by Brian Aherne. And the reason there is one book on the planet and it is for everybody, and it is The Wild Way by Brian Aherne, is specifically because this book allows you to literally access the Akashic records inside of your own holy divine being. And from accessing these Akashic records, gain the ability to load every other book written on the planet and every other book yet to be introduced to the planet into your mind in less than 2 weeks. This is not an opinion. This is a scientific fact, you see. There are no opinions here. If you practice this technique illustrated on thewildway.com, you will immediately begin to see results. There are no in-betweens. Nothing you think can matter. This is our frustration for humans, students, and everybody on the face of the planet. We see human beings in the old paradigm world of thinking going to schools to learn things. And this frustrates us somewhat, in that we see billions of human beings spinning their wheels, wasting their times, and we're like, good God, why can't you get the book? And so we stop and we relax and realize that even though we are becoming frustrated over this, we must also realize the importance behind this. And the importance behind this is nothing is wrong. All of these people going to Stanford, Harvard, ASU, Yale, Oxford, MIT are all wasting their times. And it makes us lose our marbles, essentially, through frustration. However, we stop losing our marbles through frustration when we realize fact, when we realize truth. And when we realize fact and when we realize truth, that this level of understanding of going to Harvard, of going to Yale, of going to Stanford, of going to Oxford, of going to MIT, of going to ASU is simply a cog, is simply a sprocket, is simply a wheel in the paradigm of evolution that is being broken right now with this video. And we want to break it, and we want to destroy all of these paradigms immediately because they are highly ineffective and they're highly inefficient. This sounds extraordinarily rude and extraordinarily arrogant to the uneducated and the unqualified mind, which will, after facilitation of the wildway.com, be educated and become qualified immediately. You have to understand, we do not dislike these schools. Harvard, this is not a biased opinion. Those do not exist for us. Only factual information. We do not hate. We are not haters. Harvard, Yale, Oxford are literally old paradigms which are not utilizing waking-induced loose dreaming, which, not for an opinion, but for a fact, transcends all other teachings on earth. Period. On everything. You see, this is an absolute fact, and it will never be changed from fact. So when we relax from realizing that these old modalities of education are simply spokes in the wheel from an old paradigm of which have begun to crumble, we can relax and realize we simply need to make a communication of which illustrates why this old paradigm is no longer functional and how you can embrace the current paradigm. Now we're going to talk about the wildway.com teaching specifically, as illustrated in The Wild Way by Brian Aherne, and the video tutorials of which work together hand in hand, and why they have yet to be introduced for thousands of years. Every planet in the galaxy, in the solar system, in the universe of which reaches peak octave evolution receives the wild way at a certain point when it is ready for this octave of evolution. In other words, the power in the Wild Way by Brian Aherne is literally so powerful that if it were introduced in the medieval times when it was handed to an individual, during those times it literally killed the individual on the spot because of the power inside of the manual. What you can understand from this, if you need or think you need to understand, which you don't right now, but we will go ahead and attempt to explain it. What you can understand from this is in the medieval times when human beings were slaughtering one another left and right for absolutely no important reason whatsoever, you can obviously understand these human beings were, and many still are, stuck in their root chakra Muladhara. When you are stuck in your root chakra Muladhara, or the chakra above this, Svadhisthana, you are susceptible to the lust and the addictions of which are inherent to being stuck in the chakras. We don't like talking about chakras because it confuses people. So we will just say that if you are stuck in Muladhara, Svadhisthana, and you pick up a book that is Lahun Sahasrara energy, the color purple, Oprah Winfrey, Sahasrara, all synonymous energy, it could most definitely kill you. You have to understand, all books on planet Earth punch chi energy through your body when lifted with your hands at a certain caliber of level, no matter which book this is. And every single book has an amount of chi energy of which it is punching through your body when lifted. No other book, few other books that you will need will punch as much chi energy through your body as The Wild Way by Brian Aherne. So in order to not destroy humans at a rapid rate of speed so they can evolve through evolution, the God consciousness has endeavored to place this book in the evolution of humanity at a specific time where the human being is literally able to lift this tome of information and utilize it accordingly. And so on social media platforms such as Facebook, such as World of Warcraft chat, anywhere that where you might communicate with a human being, when you tell them thewildway.com transcends all other books on the earth, and the faster you read this book and the faster you tell other human beings about this book, the better off you and all other human beings on earth will be, they are immediately dumbfounded, and the click does not go to the top so much all of the time for 99% of humanity. And this is not me calling humanity slow. This is not me calling humanity ignorant. This is not me making fun of humanity. This is me illustrating that humanity, after the information age, after the internet, is just now able to understand what we are attempting to convey when we say The Wild Way by Brian Aherne is literally the last book on earth. And why is Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche's The Tibetan Yogas of Dream and Sleep, Dr. Claire Johnson, Dr. Stephen LaBerge's work, everything ever written by Carlos Castaneda, Journey to Ixtalan, The Art of Dreaming, all of these other lucid dreaming books, why are they not relevant next to thewildway.com, of which we have read approximately 7 books on lucid dreaming? Why are these other books not relevant? The reason is waking-induced lucid dreaming is the only technique of which allows on-demand lucid dreaming. Dild's dream-induced lucid dreaming does not allow for on-demand lucid dreaming. On-demand lucid dreaming allows you to reach what is known as the midway point, what is allowing one to load information directly to their consciousness.